It's a cold, cold world. A cold one. It's a cold, cold world. Yeah. It's a cold, cold world. A cold one. It's a cold,
All right.
What up, family?
What's
How
up,
y'all
fam?
doing tonight? What's going on with y'all?
Hey, Bmore and the world. Bmore and the world.
The whole world.
We
But
back
y'all
at it
already
again.
know how I do it. What up, Baltimore? How y'all feel tonight? Okay? All right, y'all. We got us a real celebrity in here.
Yeah,
to
we got some special
he's
stuff.
a real celebrity because of the
special
work
stuff.
that he do. Okay? Right. And the whole aspect of his program, if everybody was to take this touch, maybe our kids will have a chance.
All right.
Let me introduce you to Mr. Kevin Walker.
Woo.
Okay, he is the program director of Hope
Work.
Well, you know what? Listen.
Run,
you know,
Hope, Work. We got
you
it.
already know I ain't perfect.
That's what we're here for.
Okay, thank you.
That's what we're here for.
And oh my God, I'm really excited about this interview because I want to tell you about him. And
okay. Just breathe.
Okay, all right.
There we go.
Please, I must apologize. Okay. Last week I made a horrible edit mistake.
What's that? What'd you do?
Well, I always do.
Exactly.
Like, that's new. Come on, give me a break. Menopause and ADD don't mix. Anyway,
they got meds for that, Miss
Delegate
Lisa.
Derek Jackson of the 6th District. I truly apologize. It was a rough week.
We knew it was. We had pictures and everything.
I know you said District 8. It's District 6.
We had pictures and everything, as always.
And he's the first black delegate of Overly.
Nice.
Okay, District 6.
District 6.
Please forgive me, delegate. Please, because you know I got all these men around me and they don't be understanding me and stuff. Okay.
We tried.
No, y'all was still wrong though, because you said District 8.
Okay.
It was District 6.
You're right, District 6.
So
all right.
take my sincere apology, and I will be contacting you soon so you can come sit down on the couch with us at Bmore Park. So
awesome.
Let me introduce y'all to Kevin Walker. How you doing, Mr. Walker?
Hey, Mr. Walker.
Good. I'm humbled to be here. Thank you.
I'm humbled to have you here.
Beautiful. So Run Hope Work. That's what you do.
Yeah. Run Hope Work is basically one of the, I guess you could say, the aspirations and dreams of a gentleman by the name of Jose Ortiz.
Okay.
He was the founder of Run Hope Work, and the idea was that to have a program that could help young people get the holistic aspects of running, meditation, and also the job readiness skills they need to actually go into the real workforce.
So a whole thing.
Yeah, kind of like a holistic model.
Right.
And Jose was a avid runner, and he was also a recovering heroin addict.
Okay.
He was homeless as well too.
Right.
Very impressionable individual. I had a short time to meet him. Right. He actually passed away.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Right. You know, so
really?
Yes, he did. He actually passed away. I took this job about a year and a half ago. And someone called me. I actually run my own company called Regional Sports DMV. So we do like live stream and esports and things of that nature.
Right.
And while I was doing community support work in my everyday, I got into contact by a guy named BJ Page. He was the director, executive director of Run Hope Work at that time. Right. And he said, hey, you know, we're looking for some new people to breathe some new life into the program. Will you come over? And that's when I started at Run Hope Work, and I met Jose Ortiz, the founder at that time.
Right.
And Jose was a great guy. He told me his story about being a recovering heroin addict. He told me his story about using the running and the meditation every morning to pull him out of the addiction.
Right.
And when you hear somebody like that talk, and then you see them walk the walk, which means that Jose had amassed himself to be someone we could say he was a millionaire. He actually was the owner of a flooring company called Allstate Floors.
Wow.
That's here in America.
Wow.
That's here and actually just moved here to Baltimore.
Wow. Nice.
So Jose started that here in Baltimore. It wasn't actually DC that it started. It actually started in Baltimore.
Right.
Jose was a heroin addict here in the city of Baltimore.
Really?
Discovered the meditation and the running here in Baltimore.
Right.
With his family members and friends, and made this a movement, and that movement ended up really helping hundreds of people. Right now we're on the kind of on the rate to service about 160 DC residents with a grant through the Department of Employment Services.
Wow.
Where our goal is to help DC residents just get job ready. And also we help returning citizens, people that are homeless. We have a cohort going through right now of about 24 men and women that are that have been homeless. We have probably about 10 returning citizens inside of that group.
Right.
So there's a lot of like situations where we see different individuals kind of starting the process of getting into Run Hope Work and using it to springboard themselves into the union or springboard themselves somewhere else to get sustainable living.
Right. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
You know what the most? Oh, hello, family. Cordelia, April.
Yeah,
Hi,
we
y'all.
got the laugh chat
Yes.
going.
We are a real celebrity up in here.
Hey, April.
Yes, and I need y'all to understand what the basis, what this would make this program different. They deal with the mental aspect of it. They deal with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm a sufferer of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I have it real bad, like real bad. And hey, this is, I'm being a little personal here. Like, you know, unless you have somebody to help hold you together, or you don't have, you know, these kids, you just can't stick them in a program, give them 6 weeks, and then just kick them out.
Right.
Not knowing what they've been through, how they survived.
Right.
You don't know if he had potato chips for breakfast. You don't know. Yeah. And then also with this program, they give you an initiative to come. They give you a stipend.
Yeah.
They expect you to come free, get your own. Man, I'm gonna hold that. Baltimore. Yeah.
What's up, Andy?
Hi,
What's up, Andy?
Hello, baby.
Right.
How you feeling, darling? But we oh my God.
Okay. So
I'm coming out of it, Dennis. Okay. Look, you are amazing. You like you know. We have met a lot of amazing guests. I can't help it. Like, I am so excited to meet
That's
you.
awesome. That's awesome. All right. So yeah, let's how long is the course?
The course
like how long is the?
Okay, so we have been on a trek where we started out, and Jose started it out where it was a 12 to 16 week course, and sometimes he would even make the course even longer just to adjust to the type of cohort it is. So there were normally about 10 cohorts at that time.
Right.
Since we've been working with the Department of Employment Services, we are now in a place where we're servicing just about 22 to 24 individuals for 6 to 8 weeks.
Right.
We bumped it down because we saw that sometimes people, you know, they're kind of ready to get to work.
Exactly.
They need to get to work a little sooner. And, you know, knowing that we are a program that's just, you know, there to administer the job readiness, Department of Employment Services actually pays them. So their pay doesn't come from Run Hope Work. We just provide the vehicle to get them paid for their 40-hour work week of readiness and cleansing, mental health, just kind of getting themselves you know, right, because we get a lot of single fathers in there that are like, man, I got the world on me, and the mental health helps. Especially, we have an organization that comes in called Search Inside Yourself. We actually did a session today. That's why I feel ultra
nice.
I feel good, and I had to take a long ride up here, so it was really great. But they came in for like a 4-hour session where they go through not only breathing exercises and meditation, but they also examine the scientific nature of the behavior of why we do some of the things that we do, and actually reason. We sit down and reason with each other, so they get time to actually practice. You know, just listening.
Listening, introspection. Know thyself. That's really good stuff.
So these type of things were all things that I think Jose would have wanted to see anyway. The great thing now is that we have a wonderful team of people, and I really do, and that's why I really want to say that it's really not me alone. And even in the program aspect, the young men that are there, we realize that cohorts where everybody feel like it's every man for themselves, and when you pit everybody against each other to where everybody feels like, oh, I got to get to the top of that ladder to get that job, it doesn't work out as good as the cohorts where everybody's unified.
Teamwork.
Calling everybody in the morning to make sure everybody wakes up.
So who's the rest? I see a couple of people here that is look like they are the leadership team.
Yes.
Who is Leonard Howard Jr.?
Yes, Leonard Howard is our new executive director.
Okay.
He came on about a little bit after I did, about a year ago, and he's done a great job just kind of making sure that grants and things of that nature, you know, all the things that we need to get taken care of, gets taken care of for the programming. He, you know, mediates with the cities, and he'll be probably in Baltimore doing a speech or talking somewhere, kind of launching Run Hope Work here in a few. So yeah, and it'll be a whole new team of people that'll probably be from this Baltimore area, for all I know, because it will be Baltimore based.
Yeah.
So there'll be a Run Hope Work in DC, but then there'll also be a Run Hope Work in Baltimore. We'll all be working in tandem together. It just gives us another outreach of extended arms, because we're servicing 160 down there. It would be crazy if we tried to service everybody and can't touch everyone. So
So yeah, building your team, getting a bigger team. Yeah. Then we had a question from the chat. What's your greatest success story? One of them.
I think my greatest success story is a young lady by the name of Ayanna Walker. She is my daughter.
Walker again.
Yeah, she is my daughter. That's my greatest success story.
Wow.
And the reason why I say that is because for years I worked in the classroom, you know, working as a teacher. I worked as, you know, coaching. You know, I did about 15 years in the classroom, and my daughter was always on my hip. So because I worked in a school, she would always be at the school adjacent to where I was at. So, you know, when I went to work in the morning every day, she was with me, you know. So I think for me as a man, having that opportunity to say that I had the opportunity to kind of have my daughter every day go to work with me is a wonderful thing. But now she's becoming a teacher.
Yeah,
so
that's brilliant. That's awesome.
She's in her senior year of college at Bowie State, and she is about to get her teaching degree, and she's going to be an awesome teacher. She's been in the classroom with me watching everything that's been there, and she's about to jump in the classroom and affect young lives.
Nice.
So that's for me, that's my greatest accomplishment, to watch my daughter now say, hey, I want to be a teacher and do what you used to do. And in a way, I still do that. I just feel like I've moved out of the classroom so that I could be like a better instrument for whatever God is trying to do with, you know, helping people. So
ain't it
that's
good?
amazing. That's amazing.
To give better than receive. Isn't it better? That is such a good feeling.
It does. I wake up every morning like really feeling blessed, because I know my purpose. I'm like, there's no stutter. It's like, oop, I'm up. I know what I'm doing, and my mind is already working on, hey, you know, who do I need to do something for here on my list, or what thing need to be worked out. You know, we have a host of a bunch of community partners.
And I'm Monica.
Yes, Monica Edmonds. Monica Edmonds is
She's the operation manager, so she keep everything in line.
Yes, ma'am. She runs the show on making sure that the paperwork is tight and everything is great. And she has a team of people in her office as well. Miss Selena Farmer and Miss LaQuincia. They both are are just awesome.
Shout out to everybody I just spoke to, and I'm just sitting here like I like the fact with the mental health. That's the whole thing with me, because you just can't stick somebody somewhere and they ain't suffered through something, and they struggling, and that's how they fall, like veterans. I mean, you go to war, that stays with you, and I understand it more than you ever think. That's so important. Yeah, and if all programs just had that little aspect of it, man, sit and talk with that kid before you stick that kid somewhere, because that could trigger that kid. You don't know what he's been through.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely important. So the curriculum is I noticed it's IT and construction, basically. So, like, what's the curriculum like?
Yeah, it started out as just first construction based alone. Right. But then we started realizing that people were coming through the program was like, hey, this construction is not really what I want to do. So we were like, okay, so we have to find a way to pivot and just kind of help those individuals as well. So we realized that this kind of hinted to a little bit of what I was doing before I got to Run Hope Work. I had always, as a teacher in the classroom, I had always noticed that there were educational pathways that lead to career paths, but you didn't really, when they took, you know, shop and everything else out of the school system,
I know
that career path kind of stumbled a little bit. And what I thought is that technology age was going to give us that again. So with the emergence of like gaming and all these different things, we realized that the construction world and the construction site is going to look very different in the future.
Right.
And not only is that going to look different, but the building is going to look different. The way people build, how we build.
Web design.
Yeah, exactly. All these different type of things.
On the computer instead of with your back.
Exactly, because there are companies that are designing their whole projects on web-based platforms so they can share them and so people can see them. So we decided that, you know, IT and giving people that IT background and starting, they'll give them the opportunity to get jobs within the IT field. Once this field of, I guess you could say, construction industry trend changes, where you're doing a lot more automation, and you need people to code those things, you need people to mechanically work those machines. That's when I think we'll see IT play a part in construction that's very different than they played before.
Less than 2%.
Yeah, that's
Black children is into that. Less than 2%, and that's the future.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that black kids are the highest producers and purchasers of video games and gaming and technology-based scenarios. Like, so you think about it, we're consuming more of that.
Right, exactly.
Instead of learning how to do it.
We're not learning as much of that. So there has to be a way to get those kids that are kind of stuck in the middle, where it's like, I really don't know if I want to sling around bricks, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm really that computer heavy. It's going to really level the playing field for people that are marginalized, underserved, whatever those demographics that are called, where people are normally get treated, you know, in a downtrodden position. That will allow them to now say, hey, look, you know, I can take this job as a computer coder at a construction company where they have a truck that builds houses. You know what I mean? With the robotic arm. And someone has to set that up. Someone has to run that. Someone has to be there. And I think that
websites, there's so much money in that. There's so much money. If you know how to code, boy, you can eat forever.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I've been in the construction industry for like 20 years almost, and I've seen the change from blueprints, from like paper blueprint stuff. Now everything's on a computer. You actually don't, companies now, you don't get jobs if you don't have a strong IT backbone, because all the drawings are online now. You know, all the RFIs, all the reports, everything's online now. So all the 3D modeling,
everything.
So it's super IT centric nowadays, and that's definitely the future.
Exactly. So we're trying to find all those pathways
future.
for us.
Yep, that's definitely the future.
I want to talk
awesome.
more about your daughter. I really do. I mean, you look like a girl dad, man.
I am definitely
you
a
look
girl
like
dad.
a girl dad.
Definitely a girl dad.
It seems like you got the temperament for it.
I'm definitely you definitely got to have the temperament to be a girl dad. You're definitely right about that, because there was a lot of things that, you know. The funny thing is that I when my daughter started getting older to where she was playing sports, I coached a girls soccer team, and this was the first time I'd ever coached.
Wow,
a
you
girls
dealt with
team.
a bunch of women?
Well, my daughter was about to come up and step up to that age bracket, so I said, well, if I can be the coach, that'll help me to be able to help her a little bit more.
How old was the girl?
They were all in high school, and she was in middle school at the time. And I started, you know, and that's where I started seeing that, you know, she was taking note of things that was happening when I was in the classroom, and I was coaching my team, and things I was saying to them. But it taught me how to have patience, because my team was horrible. They won no games.
You dealt with teenagers,
They
bro.
won no games.
Oh
They
my
were
God.
horrible.
They were
horrible.
Teenagers.
But they were great people.
This man deserves
Horrible athletes.
what they call it, the Nobel Peace. You dealt with a team of teenage girls with menstrual and Lord, you
high school, high school
God.
girls.
I got a 17-year-old son. He driving me up the wall, and you dealt with. Oh Lord, do you know how hard that is to deal with women and periods? This man is an angel.
But you know what? I have a wonderful wife.
Oh,
and
yes.
when you
Speak
got a
on
good
her.
wife, when you got a good wife, and you got a good
That's
support,
right. That's
you know,
right.
it's like everything flows. So when those type of, it's just a great opportunity, you know.
What is, I mean, your wife is into it. How you doing, wife? Girl, you lucked up and got you a good husband. Could you help me out? I'm looking for one too. Yes, you lucked up. He's a girl. Oh my God, just a lucky woman. Man, you an amazing guy. That's why that Walker has been. Because I read up on you, okay, about 3 weeks ago, and you
So
canceled.
what you tell me what you find out? I've never
Well, I
actually done
found
that.
out most of the things that caught me immediately, that you take the meditation. I need that. Yeah. Yes, it is. Look, April, meditation. You know, you just caught the behind the scenes. You know, I mean, we all need meditation, and
Right.
it works for us. But the post-traumatic stress disorder and the 6 months, and then you said I think it is the whole 6 months, but you realize some kids pick up quicker than others.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And all of them don't have the same trauma. So you could pick out those kids and you can see, well, you know what, we can do this with 6. There's the option. Where the problem lies with most programs, either you get it in 8 weeks or you don't get it at all.
That's true. That's true.
And then you do the follow-ups with these kids.
Right. So we have a retention piece where, you know, we're going to, after you go on the job site, we're still going to help you if you make it through or decide you want to do a different job path.
Something else,
I mean, we'll still help you get a job. If you say you don't want to do construction, you don't want to do IT, you want to do something else, you know, the thing is that we're geared for construction and IT, but we'll still help that individual and retain them, making sure that they can retain their job and be sustainable. And that's the whole key.
Exactly.
To be
Right.
sustainable.
Self-sufficient. Yeah.
Right. And that's the reason why we went with the union. You know, a lot of people kept, you know, wondering, oh, why did you do that? And, you know, you could just send the kids right on out to the job, but we realized that it was hazardous. I mean, you know, you just sent them out there and then
No OSHA, no nothing.
Right. And some of the companies will gobble them up like that and throw them right back when they're done, and then they're right back in our offices again. So, you know, the step to go through with the union was a step to be sustainable, so that way they can have that, you know, life. And then, you know, a little bit about me that you might not have read about. My dad was a part of the IBW union. So
Shout out IBW.
Man,
What local?
We're local.
You got me.
What city? What city?
We're going to
Let's say.
shout
What
because
city?
Andy
Yeah,
and
we're gonna
Alex.
shout. His name is John Walker. So he's still around.
Is that
so.
hey, you in that chat, Andy? Is that your local 26? Please help us
26
out.
is DC, yeah. Nah, but
And
what city
He's
was
in
your
Maryland.
dad?
He was in-
Maryland?
yeah, in Maryland.
Yeah, it's probably 26.
It's
yeah.
probably 26. Them
Shout
some
out to
amazing
26,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all some amazing guys.
Shout out
But
to
I gotta
26.
tell you what April just said. She's like, child, these teenage girls. No, honey, these teenage boys. Yeah. Especially when they get a girlfriend and a job. Trust me, I know. But moving right along. So, you know I had to take that shot, man. All right, you know I had to take that shot. Sorry, son. You know mama love you. But anyway, so you follow up with these kids. Okay, so do you help them with housing? Do some kids come from foster care? Okay, I got a question in the chat. Okay, how can people contact you? Look them up. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding. Y'all know we gonna give y'all that information. That's what we do. 2666. You know that's right, baby. Listen, how
can people contact you?
I can't. I wish I could meet him.
Oh, right.
So we can.
I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead.
I just want to answer the question.
I be getting excited when I be having good people.
Breathe. You know,
okay,
breathe.
like I'm gonna bring it back. Look.
There you go.
Bring it back.
Breathing is good.
Yeah,
Look.
breathing is good.
Breathing is good.
That's right, meditation. I told you I needed it.
Breathing is good.
Right.
Okay, let's go.
But no,
So
you can get in
info,
contact with us online is your best bet. If you want to apply, you can go to runhopework.org.
Work that up.
Right. It's just that simple. Once you go to runhopework.org, you'll see the apply now button. Hit that.
Right.
That will allow you to apply. If you're in Baltimore, even though you haven't seen any commercials about anything, about Run Hope Work here yet, go ahead and apply anyway.
Yeah, it's coming.
That
Yep.
way you're in the
Right.
you're
You
already
can see what
in
the demand
system.
is, and you
we
can
will put it in the chat.
Yep.
Yes.
But this is his address. runhopework.org/about. That's where you can find the information. And the nonprofit is basically right now running out of DC, but they are coming to Baltimore where they are well needed. So I'm gonna say that address again. runhopework.org/about, and go look at their mission. All right? Would you mind if I was to talk about Mr. Ortiz a little bit?
No, please go ahead.
Because, to know this man gave his life to this.
Yeah.
And this is his story. Run Hope Work short RHW, was founded in 2014 to provide a pathway out of financial poverty and reduce post-traumatic stress, PTS, in high-risk youth. Y'all already know how I feel about that. Y'all already know. We ain't even got to speak about it. The intervention was designed to be holistic to reduce the number of the unemployed young adults in D.C. residents by providing employable skills training and certification. The 3 words in our name is run, hope, work. Describe holistic and developmental appropriate intervention designed to train the next generations of business and social leaders by putting their future back in their own capable hands.
These have been researching, so that's they can find that information on
Our
their website. Right.
Our tagline, there it goes, it's right there on the shirt. Our tagline, who life is it? Where is the reference of accountability of our program. Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome.
I'm not finished.
Oh, okay. So you want to read? You want to read?
Can I breathe?
They can go online.
Can I breathe?
Okay, go ahead.
Can I breathe?
Go ahead. Keep reading.
All right? I'm trying
Keep
to
reading.
get every word correct.
It's on the website.
Not
They
like
can
I
go
messed
to
up
it.
the delicate dame
Okay,
last week.
go ahead.
Okay? God, I know I
Okay.
got ADD.
On it-
What you
I
do-
know. That's why
All
we're trying to help you.
You didn't say that I would have been finished.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. The tagline.
Okay. Where I left off. See, they be doing this to me. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah,
it's
we
all
do.
right. We all need meditation. Okay.
Breathe.
All right. Okay. See, we serious,
All right,
but
we
we
good.
joke though,
We good,
man.
we good.
Man, we got, you know how we do up
Right,
in here.
good time. Right,
Okay, I'm gonna start from the top because I forgot where I stopped.
from what top?
Right here, our tagline.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
You got 2 minutes. Go.
See, there you go. Why you with? Now you're gonna put pressure on me. Okay. Who life is it? This is very important. Who life is it? Which is the references of the accountability in our program. So they hold you accountable. They make you stand up to what they say. And our program seeks to inspire in participants. Our program content has been designed with the support of skilled professionals, formerly incarcerated, homeless, homelessness, single parent, and runaway professionals who have made positive changes in their own lives.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
I would like to work for you. Like, I have a certificate in human services.
Hey, you know what? We are a partner-based organization. Please come down and help, or whenever Run Hope Work gets here to Baltimore, please help.
Can I come and visit you?
You most definitely can. You know what I would like you to do? I'd like you to make sure you let everybody know that's interested to please get in contact with our awesome director of recruitment. His name is Jeremy Babb. Right. He is the guy that if anybody...
Say that name again, please.
Jeremy Babb, B-A-B, and his email is jbabb
Amen.
at runhopework.
No. Hold on, because I'm going to get this. Yeah, I'm going to get this.
It's very important that I give you his email. He's
All right,
gonna
what
be,
is it again?
He's going to be the recruiter at events. His name
say
is
G-
Jeremy Babb.
We'll put it in the chat. Yeah.
No. I'm going to put it in my phone so I can have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
Spell
ahead.
him out, please. I'm going to spell it as he's... Let him spell it out loud, and I'm going to put it in.
Okay, Jeremy, Jeremy, Babb, B-A-B-B. And his email is jbabb.
Man. Oh, I'm in the wrong place, Lord.
All right, it's gonna take,
No.
All right, so why are you getting it together?
Wait, no. This is important.
This is important. It'll be in the chat.
Jeremy,
We could,
I want it for myself.
I know, but okay.
All right, go ahead and answer the question.
Yeah, let's ask one more question. Why you're doing your thing? Are there any prerequisites? Like, do you have to have
yes.
GED? Do you have to any prerequisites?
You don't have to have a GED. You will have to have at least a DC ID for the program there.
For the DC
of course,
program.
it'll probably be the same way mostly here.
Baltimore, right.
So I think IDs and birth certificate, if you have those things, or if you have like a driver's license, like 2 forms of your main ID, that'll basically would get you in a program. And like I said, you contact Jeremy Babb, and he will be the recruiter that will get you in. He's our director of recruitment.
All right, we have a couple of questions in the chat. Okay. he's in there. Let him talk. Who y'all talking
That's
to?
not.
All
we
right,
passed that.
I
Right.
don't even care about that.
we-
Are Cordelia are they working on other projects, and when they will start a run, and Hope work in Baltimore and in Virginia? Are you thinking about doing it in Virginia also?
I'm not exactly sure. Maybe that could be a possibility. I do know Baltimore.
Yeah,
PG
Baltimore's coming up.
Is definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. But as far as time, I definitely can't say the time for it because I don't know yet.
Yeah.
But I would assume it'd be after the new year. It'd probably be after the new year.
And Cordelia also asked, can we sign up to volunteer to assist these residents?
Yes, you can. You can sign up. We are located down at the Covenant House in D.C. and Mississippi Avenue, 2001 Mississippi Avenue to be exact. We're on the second floor. So you can definitely come down there. We have an awesome garden project that we're about to start working on with a company called Our Farms. We're trying to help the food shortage situation there. We're in a food desert right there in Southeast. So a lot of the grocery stores are
I actually know about that project.
coming out.
It's pretty nice. Yeah.
Right. So Our Farms is bringing a self-contained canister down as a farm that's going to be able to yield food all year round, 365 days of the year, and give food away.
Wow.
And the Covenant House is partnering with us in that. The IBW Union is helping us with the electrical hookups, and all of our partners. The Carpentry Union in Maryland, there in Upper Marlboro. All of them are all pitching together to kind of make sure that this canister gets locked in, that the community has this great thing. And then there's going to be a new pathway that we'll probably be offering possibly with them.
Yeah, nutrition,
agricultural, gardening,
agriculture,
and
exactly.
things of that nature.
That's important.
The green space.
Right.
And you know
That's
what the
really
best
important.
thing about that is fresh food, organic.
Yeah.
Because watermelon is not even watermelon no more.
Yeah, no.
You don't even get black seeds no more.
Yeah.
Like, it's best to grow your own. And we really need to learn how to sustain ourselves. We so used to going to the store and picking up stuff. If we had to grow something to save our lives, we'd be some hungry people.
Yeah.
That is a good skill to learn, though.
Yeah. Right.
And I wanted to ask you another thing. Could you explain to people who don't know what the Covenant House is, what it is?
Yeah, the Covenant House, it's a faith-based organization in D.C. They have them actually all over the country. There are Covenant Houses listed all over. This Covenant House down there actually helps those that are homeless youth. So if you're a homeless youth, the Covenant House will help you with getting housing. You wouldn't stay exactly there at that location. That's like their service center where you come and get services and resources. To plug in.
Right.
But you can get living and housing assistance through the Covenant House, and they'll plug you into one of their systems. And
So
they're one of our direct partners.
This just hit my spirit. Because, these kids being foster care, these people get all this money for these kids. And as soon as they turn 18, all of a sudden they supposed to know the world. Do y'all work with kids like that who age out of the foster care system?
Yeah, most definitely. We actually just turned our program to servicing I guess I want to say young adults and adults at age 20 to 45.
Wow,
sorry, 54. We actually go up to 54. So that actually was a great dynamic. We're noticing that we have some older individuals that are there to give that knowledge and wisdom to some of the younger ones. Right. When you're 20, you're very different than you are at 45 and 50. So if someone is there to say, hey, when I was your age,
I used to be that. Yeah, I used to be.
Hey, calm down. Listen to what they're saying, and it's we've seen a lot of that this cohort.
Right.
Like this is a very different cohort. It's a very different group of young men and women that are letting us see what could really be the potential if we all really want it to happen, and what can happen when we work together as a group.
Exactly. No, I mean that's really deep because, like I said, I've got 20-ish years with IBW, and that's exactly my story too. Awesome. Coming in, having a mentor, and sort of not knowing what's happening. Big construction field, awesome. Everything looks complicated, and and the first thing I think one of my mentors told me was, it's all cobwebs, because you're going like, how come these guys know everything I don't know? Like like, you know what I mean? Like, am I ever gonna learn this stuff, or you know what I mean?
Right.
And or you know, how come those guys are over there talking and I'm not included in the thing, like different group? And he says, man, those are all cobwebs. You know, just 5 years in the program, in apprenticeship. Shout out to IBW. 5 years in apprenticeship. You know, you make $100 grand, just eyes on the prize. Learn everything you can learn. You can work for yourself. You can start your own company, and that kind of helped me, motivated me to keep going. So that's really important, having a mentor or having somebody in the trade, or you know, that
So
can
you had
reach
a
back.
mentor for 5 years?
Yeah, yep. I mean, lots of them actually. You know, again,
Really?
shout out to IBW.
You
know
need to
what I
speak
mean?
more on that.
No,
like,
well, I just did. But yeah, no, yeah. So it's important to have somebody to say, look, man, keep your eyes focused. You know, keep focused on the thing. Don't forget the distraction. And like I said, that cobwebs kind of really stuck with me.
We got to have you come down.
So I definitely. I'm signing up. No, I'm signing up. I'm signing up. I mean, you know, for sure, it's an impressive program
that's awesome
that you guys
stuff.
are doing.
They need to hear that.
Yeah, it's just, you know, because it is. I mean, it's again IBW. 5 years and you get a license, you start your own company, do whatever you want to do. Forget the little stuff, and you know, it's gonna be hot sometimes, it's gonna be cold sometimes,
So
you're gonna take a trench sometimes.
Please tell them how long you had your company. Please, you need to speak on that.
For like 8-ish years, 8-10 years. You know, self-sufficient. You know what I mean?
that?
Master electrician. Those kind of things. But
that's what's good.
It's just So that's
That's
it's an important
Yeah.
it's an important program. It's important work you guys are doing. That's awesome. So I know you mentioned like the IBW. You mentioned the carpenters local, and I guess employment, DC employment. Who else? Are there like
partners?
companies? Yeah, partners.
Yeah,
like, I mean, are there
our
other
farms
partners?
is one that's gonna be. We're helping them get their canister in, and then also we're doing a project at an organization called DC Doors.
Okay.
DC Doors is also kind of like a youth. I guess you could say safe haven.
Right.
It's on Rhode Island Avenue, 900. I think it's 900 Rhode Island Avenue.
Right.
And we're helping them construct basically like a consignment store.
Gotcha.
So people can come in and get clothes, get items they need.
Right.
So they have this old uniform shop that I think MPD used to use to get all their uniforms, and it's just like been used like as a closet.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So
that's
we've
impressive.
gone in there. We were there today, actually. I was like all sweaty and dusty. We were in there today, literally just kind of clearing stuff out, getting the space ready, getting sent to kind of like a, like a little empty pallet, so that way we can start, constructing something. But that is with the DC Doors. I think that's also a mayor's office program down there, and it's going to be great. So that's another partner we have. IBW, like we said before, and then we're looking to try to get some more partnerships with some different entities as well. Also, we've got a couple of contracting partners. We just have an awesome new relationship with Black woman-owned AC Reliable Construction Company. That young lady's doing a lot of schools. She's doing a lot of like schools and things of that nature, so we're going to be helping her,
I just heard
which is going to be awesome.
What you just said, Maryland Doors. That's for disability.
DC Doors.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
DC
right, because
Doors.
that's for disabled people who want to go back into the workforce.
Right, I think
DORS, doors, that's for disabled people. I know that for a fact.
Right, there's one in DC. They service the youth, the young population.
Right.
In DC, that's like homeless, that need a safe haven place. So they could be related for all I know, but yeah, they do have services around the city. That specific one down there is for youth.
That's in DC.
Yeah.
In DC.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. Now, so I know we mentioned the tagline. Whose life is it? Like, how do you incorporate that into what you like? That's an awesome line.
Right.
Whose life is it?
It's so funny that you asked, because we were talking about this just today.
Wow.
With one of the Search Inside Yourself instructors, and they wanted to get a story of some time where Jose had, I guess, given some wise advice to one of the youth, and it was a time where he told a story, and he actually told me the story of when he was a young man in Baltimore, and he and it's on our web. You can go to YouTube and watch this. It's on the website as well. He told a story about when he was a young man, and he was complaining about something, like it's too cold, or we're waking up early in the morning, or something like that. And one of the older guys looked at him and said to him, hey man, you know, no one cares. Like, whose life is it?
Right, exactly.
And he said that I guess it must have been an epiphany moment for him, is what he kind of explained. It was like an aha moment, like yeah.
He said something intelligent and didn't even know it was intelligent.
Right. So that's where that tagline came from. You know, when he
life
told me
is
that
it?
story, and then I, watch it again, watching him say it on the video, it's so crazy because it does look a little surreal, because it's like, man, a few months ago he was with us. Like, there were plans. We were moving, and and then he just wasn't there anymore, and it was like kind of like really rough, and we still had to go to work every day, and we still had to look those young people. And as a matter of fact, the week before, he had met the new cohort that was there. He had met them on Zoom.
Right.
So they were upcoming, and he was talking with them, interacting, because he did a lot of that. He interacted with them and was talking and said, hey, I will see you guys next week.
It was
to come
unexpected.
and run with you, because he would always run with all the cohorts.
It was unexpected, his death.
And he
So that
never
even make
saw
it
him.
more tragic.
Yeah, and we never saw him that following week, and it was rough because we were in the middle of
so
what we were
sorry
doing, so
for
we had
y'all,
to keep working.
Gotta keep going.
I am so sorry, because this sound like his vision is the right one.
Yeah, that was
All of it. Get your body healthy, eat healthy, mentally healthy. When you all
Exercise,
that, with everything in line, you can do anything, you can face anything. But if something is off, it can mess up everything.
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome.
But the thing is, you work with it all, nutrition.
Right. The full
The
thing.
mentorship.
Right. Yeah.
Dealing with the mental illness.
Right.
Some of these kids have lead.
Right.
Some of these kids was born addicted. And some of these kids was born with HIV. There is so much going on. You could look at this kid and you do not know. And that's the thing. People just think, pull it up by your bootstraps. Right. And then for you to say that you work with people from 20 and 54, it's a lot of lost people.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And they don't even, simple things like we take for granted reading. Yeah. Because back then in the 80s and wherever, it was a different time. And then you know what? They woke up and they was 50.
Yep.
Right, exactly.
Or they went inside for a couple. I had a guy say that, this is the longest he's been out, because it's been like, 2 years.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah, so it's like you think
mass incarceration.
Yeah, you think of stuff like that. It's like, man.
But like I say, I mean, like on my opinion, on Bmore Pod, like we say all the time, your talent will make room for you. So it's like just the personal, what I mean, you get your internal stuff right, and you can do it. Like a positive, we all need the positive mentorship, and just somebody saying you can do it. Things like, whose life is it? What I mean? It's going to be hard. It's going to be cold. It's construction. It's going to be cold sometimes. It's going to be hot sometimes. It's going to be super early, or it's going to be night shifts. But you know what I mean? You can do it. You can do it. Breathe through it. All of that. Breathe.
You think you can teach
one
us
day at a time.
You think you can teach us something? Because we need it.
One day at a time.
We need to breathe.
Some of us need it.
Right, Dennis?
Some of us need it.
We need to breathe.
Yeah.
Lord, we need
awesome.
we need that. We need that up in here. At least I'm on it.
Right, there you go.
There you go.
You want to hit the sponsors before we get out? You want to hit the sponsors?
Oh my God, we even did so much.
Right.
April, why you crying, laughing, yo? Why you doing
April
that,
crazy.
man? Why you
April
laughing
crazy.
at me, man? Why? Okay, I can't help it. All right. Oh Jesus. All right.
We got Norma Jeans.
Norma Jeans. Damn. Oh. We would like to ask you to go to our sponsor at Norma Jeans on eBay.
Right.
She has a lot of look. See, y'all is
See,
started.
now you gotta distract the April. What we say? Norma Jeans. What we get? What's the discount?
10%.
10%.
10%. You must put it in Bmore Pod, and you will get a 10%. We have thousands of things new and used, and I said it last week.
Right.
And I mean it this week. I'm going to go in there and get some stuff myself, because, the weather changing. And, and like I told y'all last week, help us out. Help out the sponsor.
Yep. Shout out to Norma Jean.
Shout out to Norma Jean.
Yep.
But let her breathe, Eric. LOL. This is what's going on in the chat, y'all. Y'all know you know that ADD is real. Okay?
I'm trying to help her, April. I'm trying to help her.
Listen, leave Miss Lisa alone. That's what she said. Leave her alone.
That's what she said.
say.
All right, we're gonna leave you alone.
No, but we
Just
ain't
make sure you like, subscribe also. Subscribe, like, share. That's what we're doing.
I want to ask you.
Yep.
What do you have to say? What do you want Bmore Pod and the world to know about your program and about yourself? What would you want the world to know about you?
I think I would want the world to know that, trusting God first and foremost, and
That's
everything
right.
else will fall into place. I think years ago, before I even met Jose or met anyone, I saw myself doing something like this and couldn't understand what exactly God was really downloading into me. And I kept bumping into people in the field, bumping into different things in the field to kind of come back full circle and be right here. So it was really all just trusting God and just saying, hey, you know what? Whatever this thing is, let's go ahead and do this. And God, I'm going to just go with it and humble myself. So trusting God first, and I think that's what the key thing for this whole program, people that work there, all us, we're all just trusting God first in whatever happens.
And you know what? One more question.
Go ahead.
One more question.
Go ahead.
Because we
You get 2 or 3 more. Yeah, you can get 2 or 3 or 4
I
more.
appreciate
Exactly.
that. I
Right.
appreciate that
We're
so
loving
much.
it. We're loving it, Miss Lisa.
Okay. You said before you did all this, you was a teacher for 15 years.
Yep.
So how long you been doing it?
So about in 20 years, I've been in the education field. So I was in the education field, working in high schools, basically being a credit recovery, teacher.
Teach aid.
Yeah, teacher
Yeah.
aid, all those different. That's how I entered in and kind of was in school and college. And, someone said, hey, we'd love to have you at our school. And it just kind of rolled over into, I was mentored by a wonderful lady by the name of Rosalind Ellis. She had probably maybe about 30, 40 years, just like one of those school mamas,
Right.
And I got a chance to see her wrestle kids if she needed to.
That's what we need.
Knock on doors and
Right.
pull people out of the bed.
That's right.
I seen
Right.
it, and I realized the difference between teaching and teaching. And and she had that love for it. So shout out to Miss Rosalind Ellis.
Shout out to Miss Rosin.
Yeah, New York born, and I met her.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Why you say New York?
Yeah,
now
that's
she gonna go
right.
crazy again.
There you
See
go.
what I mean? That's the.
There you go,
now she
because
gonna lose
mine
her
was
mind.
Miss Lambie.
She gonna
Shout
lose her
out to
mind.
Miss Lambie. PS 143.
Right.
Shout out to Shima, Miss Crawford, and Miss Jones who she make us sing.
Right.
The Terry voice. And if you didn't sing it, she slapped you with a ruler. That's
There
the
you
real
go.
stuff.
That's those mamas.
Yeah, we need those.
That's
we need
those
those,
mamas.
baby. You can't
Yeah.
trust these teachers. They be lying and
You
stuff.
watch those mamas enough, and
Yeah.
you learn some stuff.
You will learn some stuff.
And that's what I learned from her, that there was a whole other aspect that had to be catered to, which was a wraparound
That's
effect
right.
of what's going
That's
on
right.
in school. And I watched how she pulled people up with disabilities, pulled people up that kids that were in real bad places.
Right.
And it was I just learned a lot, and I just sat around that. And when it was time to come back to DC and to the Maryland area, it wasn't like I knew exactly what was supposed to be done. So,
Right.
we started. I started a company where I was just educational support company, because that's
Right.
what I did.
Right,
We
right.
were I was supporting
Support.
educators.
How old
with
are you?
technology. I'm 46.
I knew that
now.
was coming.
I'm 46.
What you mean?
I
How
knew it
you
was
gonna
coming.
say that?
I'm psychic, but
Yo, April
good
said
question.
that's really dope. Yo,
Yeah.
he really dope.
Yeah, that is dope.
And he
That's
dealing
pretty-
with us. You know he a good man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's
No,
awesome.
Lord, no, it's the teenager. That's your teenager or mine. Okay,
Ain't
yeah,
no zone.
you see I'm on air. You know I'm on air. Why you calling me? Stop it,
Right,
Christian. He milking on that last piece of last nerve I got.
But that's good. I mean, like I said again, what we do on Bmore Pod, again,
We
community,
just,
community and family. So
we just us.
that seems, that
We
seems
ain't
to
trying
be
to
the
be
theme.
nobody but us.
That seems to be
okay?
the theme.
Dope.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
appreciate
Each
it.
one.
I appreciate it, because Dennis be trying to lock me down and stuff, but he didn't let me out the gate lately. I appreciate it. Say thank you, Dennis. Say thank you. That's why I won't even mess with him. I won't even mess with
Right. But like I say, I mean, it's just from the program and from the conversation.
Man,
like I said, like we always
I
say,
enjoyed this.
just the family, the family, like we do on Bmore Pod, we call each other family. The mentorship, each, giving back, like that's really important. And positivity, like I said, faith, positivity, getting rid of the cobwebs. Like you can do it. Yeah,
I
you can do it.
So can I use that?
You can. I mean, for a small fee, you can.
Mr. Walker, I'm getting ready to tell you the truth because everybody
awesome.
know. I'm getting ready to tell the truth.
What's the truth?
We was tired. We didn't want to come in here today. We was tired. But we was not gonna miss you.
Nah,
especially
awesome,
when I called somebody your name last week.
I know she had you on the brain for 2 weeks, like calling everybody
I called
Walker,
a delegate,
calling people
a
Walker
delegate,
and whatever.
Walker.
You know what I mean?
I messed up the first black delegate name, and then if you look at last week, I'm like, where did I get Walker from? I was
supposed to be here.
You was see, y'all. See, I ain't crazy. See, you see, that's where Walker came from. Him. I did my research. Okay, y'all might be think I'll be playing, but I'm serious about my guests that come up in here. And it was just you was on my beat. I'm like, yo, I can't wait for this dude. And then you cancel, and then it just happened.
Well, I'm gonna make it up to you with a meditation session. After we're done, you get a meditation session right after. You can, do like the kids do and all.
Can
the
Dennis be
parents and
involved?
See, you got to focus on you first.
No. You a Buddha. You a Buddha. You calm one. Yeah. Me and Dennis need to sit here and say,
Yeah, just you know what I mean. Focus on, only you can walk the path, Miss Lisa. Only you can walk the path for you.
If I sit here, he gonna do this. He gonna do it with me. I'm sorry. We tired.
Cobwebs. Forget Dennis.
You tired?
I'm tired.
We tired.
But I'm loving it.
Well, I'm loving this. We
Mr. Walker's got us.
Just for you.
Mr. Walker's got us going on.
I'm telling you the truth.
And that's what it is.
We was gonna put on a rerun. We was hoping Dennis didn't show up. I'm sorry.
But this is it. You get up. If you're tired, you keep moving.
Keep going.
That's what we're saying. When you're tired, you keep going. Keep it on faith. You know what I mean?
And that's part of your
positivity. That's it.
Most definitely is.
And y'all see, youngsters, it will carry with you to you 38 like me.
Right. Yep. 38 or 25? I thought it was 25, but okay. 38. We'll go with 38. But yeah, beautiful, man. We're definitely happy we got you here.
We really enjoyed you. Because I just like it's just the point our children need so much help. I'm not just talking about black children. I'm talking about our children, period.
Yep.
It takes a village. It doesn't matter what color that village. If that village is gay, straight, black, white, blue, whatever, they're children.
Exactly.
And they're not grown. They might have bodies of adult, but their minds is not developed with their bodies.
Right.
And before that was taken in consideration.
Right.
It was just an incident yesterday where a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 17-year-old stole a car.
Wow.
All right? But what they did was all three of them have guns and they shot at the police. And they was very dangerous. But you know what? They're going to be treated to the crime that they committed. But I just hope maybe they would take a little bit and see where they come from. They ain't got nothing to do, nowhere to go. If they had more programs like you and more hope, maybe we wouldn't have kids doing what they did yesterday.
Yep.
All right, well, you know
watching
what?
the time. No,
I'm serious, because that's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, damn, why, and they open fire and everybody like, don't lock them up. They still teenagers. Their mind is not fully developed. You don't know where them kids from. All this crime going on, it's not going on because they want to do it. They're doing it because they don't know better.
Right.
We need our men. We need our women to stand up.
Yep, we got the
All
programs.
right, stop worrying about them behind shots and get your mind right and come out here and get our kids, because we all off cold.
Right.
For real. And I'm being real on that. We all off cold. We need to talk to these kids. Tell them pull up their pants or something. Don't go up there like your mama. Respect them and they respect you.
All right.
And that's it. And that's
it.
all.
Yep. So that's, like I said, we running short on time. So we can wrap it up. Got anything to say, Miss Lisa? You
I
got
want
something
to. We
more
gonna
to
come
say?
visit you,
Okay.
and Dennis is
Right.
going to
We gotta
drive.
go. Right.
You just don't know it yet. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
But I would love to come out there. PG County. If you look at the show, I want to come to PG County. I think we could probably stay in a hotel, maybe. Yeah, I'm really, because I like to go outside.
You gonna do a road trip? Yeah.
Yeah, do a road
Do a
trip. I
road
would
trip.
love to come there.
Come on up.
And I got a little bit of wisdom. I'm, don't.
Come talk to
You
the
can see
people.
I'm a very intelligent young.
Come talk to the people.
I'm a troll.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap up. In a
we
few
gonna
minutes.
wrap up.
So like Dennis says, your talent make room for you. Appreciate you
do
coming
that,
out here.
Thanks for having me.
Words, please. His last words.
Okay, we did that. All right. You got anything else you want to say?
Hey, thank you.
There
Thank you
you
for
go.
having me.
Right.
And appreciate y'all, coming in on a tired day. You know what I mean? I know how that is. So
Good.
appreciate y'all.
We
Thank you.
really appreciated it.
It was our honor. It really was. It was really my honor. And I'm glad you see that I did my research. I'm sorry, delicate, still messing up.
Can we close it up now? Can we close up now, Miss Lisa? Is it okay? Okay, that's all right.
Delicate.
Okay.
Derek Jackson.
Okay.
Now you see, I messed you up with a good dude, man. You can't even get mad at me. It wasn't even a regular guy, man. I think you need to meet him, because he got a lot going on. He's the head of the economic committee board for District 6, and he's
Definitely
the
need to meet
first.
him. Right,
He's the first. Oh, I got his card.
good.
You want to meet Councilman Urkel too?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to be a captain of the police?
Hey, you know what? Run Hope, we're coming to Baltimore. I think we're gonna
Precinct 9. Precinct 9 is mine. I know the captain. What up?
Right.
So,
There you go.
listen, I'm giving you them
Collaboration.
cards after. I'm serious. I get along with everybody.
Right.
All right, y'all. We're going to wrap it up
No,
before
wait a
Miss
minute. I
Lisa.
got to ask some more
before-
questions. I got to ask some more questions.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
I don't even need 2 minutes. I just need 30 seconds.
Okay.
You believe in the UFOs?
Do I believe in UFOs?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Be honest.
it's
Be honest.
It's possible. I guess. Possible. I guess.
Do you believe in
I mean,
them?
I ain't seen none yet, but there's people that see them, so I can't. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like I haven't seen any yet, but
We'll do
I
a
hear
UFO
that
show.
people see them.
Yeah, we'll do a UFO show.
So you know.
No, it didn't
Miss
say
Lisa
we could
can-
do one and we could bring the alien to sit it on the couch. That's what he said. And you know that's what he said. Okay? Yo, that's what we do, man.
Cover it up.
Man, it's a wrap.
Your talent
Man,
make room for you. Appreciate it.
Man.
Like, subscribe.
like, subscribe.
Share.
Share.
When we out of here, whenever the technicians kick us out of here. You know what I mean? It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Let's go. That's how we
Get outta
do
here.
it. Good night. See you next week.
It's a cold, cold world, a cold one. It's a
Thank you for
cold,
y'all
cold
compliments.
world.
April News.
It's a cold, cold world, a cold one. It's a cold, cold world. I mean, look into the